Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Here we go. Hey, Lobo.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now the first carry here for Philip Lindsay. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Under.
They'll try and run forward with Lindsay. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds. And they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now. Let's go. 10, touchdown.
Number 53. Mike 53. Get in the way. Get in the way.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 13.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready. Six to Pittsburgh.
Check 53. Who that?
Off. Yo, Shimon.
Mike 53. 53.
Bridgewater. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Watch 54.
Rabbit.
Safe. Tight dog.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsay. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. 4 down. Show an 8. Check.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Match box. Light.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Same on.
Check 49.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, baby.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
57's the mic. 54.
He'll look to throw. It's wearing the tight end with it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for? It's the freshest guy.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide.
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And this will be a touchback as Ed sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Steelers have
The mic. Defense wins championships, baby. Slam, slam, slam.
on 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. Hey, come on.
Come on, D.
Delta, Delta.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Hey, here we go. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
2nd and 6. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Philip Lindsay there, and it'll bring up third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. The first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Check 6 guy.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Go. Motion. Hurry. Shut up.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsay. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
57's the mic.
Watch the pass.
Shift. Kill. Go. Hey, turn it up. Check 24.
On second down, a run with Lindsay.
Run.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Well, down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
Mike 54.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the pylon caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check 99. Check 99.
Check 4.
Slam. He's coming. Set, go. We got jump ready.
They'll try to run with Lindsay. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Philip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
53.
I'm coming.
They toss to Mixon. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Go, run.
Well, they won't bump that to his resume reel, but that might be one of the best 1-yard runs I've seen.
I know you feel that.
Ready.
Get the flag. 53 is the mic.
Hey, watch the lane. Zoom. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Push him back. Ready, go.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. And Eifert has it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense.
And he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Bridgewater now. This one hauled in by Sample. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
3 down, 3 down.
Mike's 57.
Back to throw.
Watch the slant.
This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Three receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. In your face.
2nd and 3. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Ancient Gator.
I smell.
Wahoo.
I smell.
Hut, go.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Man, I got you.
57's the mic. Watch the
Hey, watch the ball.
57. Mike, 57.
Now he'll need to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And well wide to the left. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they're going to go deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now a first carry for their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Ready? Six to Pittsburgh.
Check 53.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Switch. Switch.
Blue draw Coco.
On 2nd down now. Mixon. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Nice, sweetheart. Orbit.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Record. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, come on. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Here we go.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5.
Superb. Watch twist.
Hey.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
I'm coming after you.
57's the Mike.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
But we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. It's taken to the 26. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
You got it.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Exit.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
You scared?
Here we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Shut up.
Bridgewater.
They're running it.
And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Wide, get wide.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
That's it, baby. That's
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Watch the pass.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Come to my world.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. He finds his man Johnson. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 58 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Rush in.
On first down, Lindsey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, this time to Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, baby.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Down. 18 Gator.
Check pass.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Completes this to Waring. And they'll get this down to the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Watch that. Hard. Nickel. Check.
Now it's Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
15 on it. 15 on it.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Shift.
Another run by Lindsey. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Philip Lindsey with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Got it. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not.
Squeeze.
They still playing soccer.
Take off.
Nixon with a first down carry.
Hey, check 24. Check
Just
24.
a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Check 26. Check 26.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
53. Mike 53.
Watch the pass.
Again, it's Nixon. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Bravo.
53's the Mike. 53.
Yes, yeah.
You must be dreaming.
Here's Bridgewater. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And some space here. There he goes right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Philip Lindsey, 59 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready up, Mike. Watch 57.
I got one. Alert flare, flare.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsay. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
We got this.
18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Go. I got him. On me. Mike Smith is
They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
All day, baby, all day.
At their own 25-yard.
On the set.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On first and 10, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
That's it, baby.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away. And they come up second and 10.
Mike 55! Mike 55! I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Mike. Check.
To the air again with Bridgewater.
Get him!
And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Mike 20, Mike 20.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike.
Full trot.
Check Mike.
Bridgewater again. And Tate's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, check Mike.
This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Mike 55.
Play action now. Bridgewater. That's complete into the hands of Myers. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Mike 20.
And again, it's Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Guys, it's game situation.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
All right, Captain. Let's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's our time. It's our time.
53 is the mic.
To throw is
Go,
Bridgewater.
defense. Our time. It's our time.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, baby.
So it's
Yeah,
been a
baby.
long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Double dog.
Check. Hayward. The mic. Check. 55.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Set hut. 70 ending.
Mike's 5-4.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback, because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Steelers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.